What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary day. Sorry for the tardiness. We had some technical difficulties, as always. What else is new? But there's a reason for it. Y'all will see in about a couple minutes. We have, I don't even want to, I almost said a guest appearance. We got somebody special back on the show. So here, I'll just add difficulties were messing me up. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead. Let's run the intro, and then we'll or let's run the ads, run the intro, and then we'll get everything cracking. Founded and backed by the GOAT himself, Goat Fuel is a great tasting energy drink without the crash. Use our affiliate link below to save 10% on all Goat Fuel energy drinks. Help out the show and save 10% at the official Niner online store by using our affiliate link in the description below. Go to seatgiant.ca to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. The website again, seatgiant.ca, promo code Niner Faithful Radio. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. I don't know what more we could do to make everything better. I really don't. But I'm sorry, y'all. Instagram. It's taking forever to get off because it's trying to connect it. I'm so over this, bro. What the fuck? Okay, cool. All right, y'all. So now we could do it. 1 second. It's doing it again. Oh my God. This is so frustrating. Okay, there we go. Save. Okay. Is it gonna let us save? What's going on? Okay, honestly, I'm trying so hard not to fucking throw my laptop across the room right now. Like, I'm dead serious, y'all. I'm so close to just fucking calling this shit quit. Anyway, let's run this fucking intro and fucking get this shit over with, bro. I'm so over this shit today.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned in to Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm so fucking over this shit today. What's cracking, Captain?
Hello for faithful. How's everybody doing?
Fucking A. Same old shit, different toilet. Fucking A. Yeah, so everybody, we got the captain back. Fuck, dude, it felt like we went through a whole like season and a half. I fucking started losing my hair, shit, and my hair's gotten
This
hella
has been
gray.
like the longest off season. For those who don't know, there was some serious shit that happened to me and shit that like around my personal life. So it's felt like forever for me since I've done anything. So it's just like fuck, you know. Remember there was
I mean, don't even have the flag or anything up.
Like everything, and then
Yeah, no,
like this weekend I was supposed to set everything up, and then I got fucking sick as shit Sunday, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, okay, let me do it. Let me do it yesterday. Let me do it Monday. Then Monday I got worse, and I was like, fuck, man. Just can I get one thing to go right? But you know what? Like I said, don't forget, I was supposed to move this between the last time I was on and now.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm still in the same damn house.
Exactly. Like, I mean,
so
it's So have you ever had those like so I'm cool and collected now, but I always tell everybody, just with a lot of things going on in your personal life, my personal life, like there's always been things in my life that have happened. Like I remember, I got really, I didn't let y'all know, but that year we were doing we ended up doing the Twitch streaming. I was this close to ending the show, bro. I didn't let y'all know.
I knew,
but I was this close to ending the show, and that happened. And it's always the stuff that ends up happening positively that makes me know I'm on the right path and everything. This year, just personally with you and myself and the show in general, it seemed the fucking opposite. Like it seemed like everything was falling apart to like be like, bro, are we really on the right path? Like, including you almost fucking dying.
I did almost fucking die a few months ago. Literally. For those that don't know, yes, I almost fucking died.
Like having you have to pipe you in through the fucking at the hospital through your phone and shit. And, fucking hey, you know what? I guess this is the equivalent of what the Niners went through last year with all the off the field shit and everything that was happening. I guess we got it a year later.
What is up, Jess?
Anyway,
how you doing, girl? Thank you for showing up. Hey, by the way, Jess is giving away. I think Jess, you're giving away free tickets again this week to the preseason game. Let me know if I'm right on that or not.
Next, the 23rd is the next.
Okay, so my next game. My bad. But yes, I think she's doing it on her show this week. So
yeah. But that's what's up. Yeah, tune into East Coast Red and Gold podcast to in order to get some fucking free tickets. Hell yeah. There's something off the air when we end the show. I gotta talk to you about something real quick because I want to get your opinions on something that I've been thinking about for the show. Anyway, so welcome back, Jason. Did you get a chance? I know you're doing the shit for the cookout. Did you get a chance?
Yeah, I did watch. I did watch the game Sunday morning. I got up early Sunday morning. Watched the game. I mean, you know me and how I think about. Okay, I thought you were doing it for the next game. Maybe I was reading something older. You know what? It might have been older because it was in our Twitter chat that we have for the big group. So it might have been one of the old messages. But I don't take a whole lot of stock in most preseason things. And I guess you can look at some things and see how some of the younger guys are developing and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I don't think much more. Like I'm more interested in how they're looking in practice. For instance, it looks like what's his name? Jair Brown not being so hot in practice. Looks like he's damn near down to like running with the third string guys at this point. So this is stuff like that I'm taking more into account than most preseason games.
No, like and like, look, obviously, as somebody who's there, got to see the 200 million. Wait. Do we get a Bebop sighting?
Bebop's here, but he just doesn't show up in Restream. He shows up on YouTube.
Okay, I guess you know what? I feel so bad for doing that to Bebop that you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll pull up the show on YouTube just so I can see his comments. I feel so bad. That's why TJ doesn't touch the shit behind stage anymore. I've been banned on my own fucking show for touching shit behind the scenes. Anyway, so look, to me, I was excited to have Niner football back in my life, to see some people that I haven't
Yeah.
seen since January. And that was nice, to see people that, bumped into the normal crew and stuff like that. Got some free food, and as somebody who's very broke and my stamps didn't kick in until the next day, free food helps your boy, and got to see the $200 million reveal.
Yeah. Let's be honest. It's not for the 49ers. Let's be perfectly honest. All that is not for the 49ers.
Yeah, it's for the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's for the Super Bowl.
It's not even for the Super Bowl. It's for the World Cup.
Probably that too. Super Bowl, World Cup. But the 4K screens look nice. I mean, like, it is clearer. It is. The floors so this is gonna sound like a crazy recap, and I know this is not why y'all tuned into the show, but like I thought the floors are so clean, bro. I thought they were wet.
And a nice
I'm walking to the because I decided I was taking laps around the stadium more this week than I did, just because I kind of want to see okay, what's new, and everything like that. So I was taking laps around the stadium and stuff. And I remember when I first stepped into the I don't know if you saw the I guess you could say right when you walk up. Well, we walked up in a different way. We were on the opposite, but right when you walk into in our seats, how it's that kind of enclosed area and everything like that. You got the food vendors and you got the seats and stuff like that. So right when I walked into that part, but on the opposite side of the stadium, on the side that the Broncos would have came out of, that's funny enough. I thought it was wet, so I was walking, all gingerly and everything like that, because I thought I was
looking all stupid,
and all of a sudden, I kind of stuck my foot across it and wouldn't slide, and I was like, oh shit, they're just really, 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 really clean.
You're kind of looking stupid as you're walking all funny on what you think is wet.
Yeah, I was walking all funny and everything like that. I'm like, wait, oh, they're just really clean, shit. It looked like you could, for a stadium that's 10 years old, dude, they look like you could eat off the motherfuckers.
They did do a lot of work to it.
So, 200 mil. But no, I mean, it was, I feel bad for the people that lost their jobs, and everything in the team store, that are no longer cashiers or anything like that. But it is what it is, bro. It's the way the world's going. Nothing we could do to stop it. But anyway, I was more when I stepped back and I removed my Niner hat, right? And I analyzed the game over the last few days in my head. I said, you know what? Am I really that shocked from what I saw? Which was a lot of splash plays. There were individual plays that I got fired up for. I thought Mac Jones, okay, big takeaway from the game. I think Mac Jones is a serviceable backup, at least for that one drive. Was good, David.
Mr. McNiner, how's it, my brother?
So just from that one, hold on, I gotta play this. It's taking a second load, y'all. You know what? Honestly, also jealously, bro, they got Levi. I was starting to count the zits on my forehead and shit. The Wi-Fi was so clear. At least, they got some fucking good Wi-Fi, bro. So
what time did?
But so honestly, all pregame shows, at least for home games, are going to be there this year. I'm actually going to do them live. So yeah, because that Wi-Fi, we'll see what it's like when it has, instead of 30,000, 40,000 people, when it has 75,000 people all trying to use the Wi-Fi. We'll see how it is then, but I'm definitely willing to try it week 3 and just say, hey, if we got it, we got to call audible. We got to call it audible, but I'm willing to at least try to do the pregame show.
Can't hurt to at least give it a shot.
No, I was definitely, I don't know if you caught it, or any of it or anything on YouTube or anything, bro. But it was good. The Wi-Fi was crystal clear. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, bro. Like, if we have this Wi-Fi at home, bro, I don't even know if I would have season tickets. Like, I would just literally, we would do, like, if we have this type of Wi-Fi, we would do watch-alongs. We would do all sorts of shit. But I saw like perfect example. I think the perfect example was Tatum Bethune.
Yeah.
Where there were several plays where you got fired up and you're like, fuck yeah, bruh. I'm starting to be, I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to a little excited. A little bit excited about the linebacker depth. Just a tad bit. I know people have been disagreeing with me, but I was impressed with the pass rush. I really was. I thought the pass rush.
I mean, it wasn't
Like, yeah,
it was hit and miss from what I saw. So I mean,
but I mean, when you look at the fact, no Bosa, no Huff.
yeah.
Mikel Williams didn't play, did he? No, I don't think so.
Because he was still out injured with his knee. You had CJ and Alfred still learning how to play, professional football. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, professional football. So honestly, as somebody from I gave y'all my breakdown. I didn't do a video because I was busy. But I gave you my breakdown and my impressions on joint practice. Honestly, it carried over to the game. About what I saw. Now, minus the offense, like the offense, I don't feel that the first team offense did shit really, except Kittle and CMC. But like they had to remove Fred from practice just because they couldn't get shit operating.
Yeah.
Like it was like, Fred, you're ruining your practice. Like, we're not even getting any good work in. Because you're just
speaking of Fred. You see that picture of him and Dre hugging? Talk about
yes. I'll send it to the group chat. I got a picture of them on the field.
Talk about a picture that made me both smile and cry, because you could tell the love those two guys have for each other when they saw each other for the first time. You know what I mean? That's two brothers meeting up after a while.
Even on practice field, bro, you heard them.
And then it's like, fuck, he's got on a different damn jersey.
You know what was? We were me and Miss Veronica were screaming so loud. Huff, Dre, over here. We were trying to get him to come over and sign shit so bad, bro. Anyway, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't as emotional as Huff, but when I saw the few plays that I saw Dre, this would have been the perfect practice. I'm so mad that you didn't come. I understand, bro. But like, I'm so mad you didn't come, because this would have been the absolute perfect practice. Be like, Jason, you look at that field, I look at this field, because there was like so much going on that you saw so much that you almost didn't see anything.
Yeah, I've heard the way they've redesigned the practice field is kind of hard to get everything in one shot.
It's like okay, so honestly, so they let everybody except for joint practice, because there was just too many bodies. And like where they would have let us stand to watch practice before is right where the Broncos were standing on the sideline. So like,
what's good, Papa J? How you doing, bro?
What up, Papa J? So like, but anyway, this carried away from what I saw practice. When I say, I thought, and nobody's talking about starter or superstars, but Valdez.
I told you.
I would take some of that depth.
I told you.
I would take some of that depth.
To watch him at UW the last few years, man. He's got a hell of a motor on
him. That's one thing. That's one thing I saw. The effort looks better this year, I think, Jason.
Remember last year when I was saying that stuff, I was getting clowned on. Everybody's like, "Oh, you know what you're talking about." I'm like, "No, you can just see last year the tempo was down, the intensity was down, something was missing. It seems to be back because all those people who were what's the word of contemplated? That's not the word, right?
Contemplating.
They're gone.
Contemplating.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
people who were just happy to be there, they were gone. The hunger was not there last year.
Yeah. So I mean, it's things, and see, like, everybody was asking me, bro, what do you think of the year? What do you think of the year? Like, we know you've been at practice. We know you've been at practice. What do you think? What do you think? And I said, my biggest concern is the beginning of the year. Because I think we can make some noise, Jason. I do. Like I think watching practice, watching the energy of Saleh, the energy on the defense, assuming like, yeah, the offense didn't look that great, but like Trent wasn't out there. Any person that you felt like any confidence that the Niners offense is going to carry the team until the defense can get its shit together. Any of those players that give you confidence that the offense can do that were not on the field Saturday.
Again,
So
the
I'm not worried
overreaction
about
was
the
real.
offense. The overreaction was real. And I'm not worried about the offense because I saw Mac Jones operate. He looked like an operator until when? Until basically the backup started getting and like the pocket, he just couldn't operate because let's be real, offensive line is real. We know that. How long have we been bitching about the offensive line, Jason? We just know this. It's so my big two takeaways is that I saw what I thought I was going to see, which is splash plays that get you excited, plays that say like, okay, Nick Martin, he hasn't played football for a year and a half, so you expect to miss tackles, but he reacted. You saw the physicality. He didn't look like it was this. He was there. He was D Winners.
Yeah, he was D Winners a few years ago.
Where you a few years ago. Even more encouraging, D Winners looks like he's going to put it together this year. So I still I'm hopefully optimistic about the defense. I do think that it's going to take some time, and my number one fear for the overall season is still like, do we bury ourselves by going 2-5?
Yeah, too much of a hole to dig out of.
Too much of a hole to dig out of early in the year. If not, and the offense can be what we think the offense is going to be, and we could score teams 21-28, 35-28, which we were not doing last year. I think that was the biggest drop off last year. The Niners weren't putting up 28 plus a game.
Yeah,
like we were in 2023. I think we can make some noise. That was my over. What about you? Watching it on the replay, bro.
Again, like I said, I'm not gonna. I won't make any like season long predictions or anything of it because it was just preseason.
No.
It's a preseason one game. I mean, for fuck's sakes, Carter Bradley took almost 50 snaps. I mean, come on, what are we gonna get out? With a nepo quarterback? You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, is Tanner Mordecai that bad that we had to go get Gus Bradley's kid? And are you telling me there's not other options out there to play that quarterback? Because I understand Rourke.
Rourke
is not going to be there this year.
That was.
So I mean,
that's my other takeaway. Mac, season long, I have some concerns. If Mac Jones was all of a sudden going to be our quarterback for the majority of the season, I would have some concerns. But a game or two, 3 games, over the course of a season, I don't think will be horrible. I think that we can piece it together and Kyle can get some people open and shit. But oh Lord Jesus, do not let Mac Jones or Brock get hurt. Like I don't give a fuck who it is, Jason. Tanner Mordecai, Chase Bradley, fucking you or me, bruh. I don't give a shit.
You might be better at quarterback than fucking Carter Bradley is. He's fucking terrible. Like he's not even XFL level.
That was
like I don't know what levels below like the XFL and the European League, but he's below even them. I mean, he's just terrible. He's on there because his dad is, the assistant defensive coordinator, basically.
Let's be real. His dad's a defensive coordinator whenever Robert Saleh. His dad is Robert Saleh Insurance. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
I'm okay with.
That's who Saleh learned it all, and that's say what you want. He was one of the creators of the Legion of Boom and that defense. That defense was damn good.
One of the most underrated thing I think about Harbaugh, and one of the most underrated things about Kyle is their ability to put together a coaching staff.
Yeah.
And I think if you could ask the number one issue the Niners have had since 2022 when D'Amico left was we clearly had D'Amico in the wings for when Robert Saleh left. We didn't have anybody we didn't have anybody waiting in the wings for when D'Amico left. And we played the consequences of that now. Now we have several. We have Gus Bradley. We have KJ Wright. You know, we got some. If everything goes perfect, we win a championship and Saleh gets swooped up next offseason. We get them 3rd round picks and everything. I'm perfectly okay with putting in Gus Bradley for a year or two while KJ Wright's the assistant and you know, basically has an internship on being a D coordinator, and then as soon as KJ is ready to take over, Gus Bradley retires. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not taking anything away. I'm curious to see what this joint practice is because I have a feeling. Obviously, we don't know what the injury situation and everything that we got going on.
As bad as it was last year when we canceled Saints joint practice.
I think Kyle really just wants to get in this work. I think what it is last year the reason Kyle cut it last year was because he felt like, look, what's Trent Williams really going to gain out of these joint practices? You know, what is George Kittle? What is Fred Warner? Like yeah, sure, it's good work and all that, but like they didn't need it. This year, I think Kyle is going to do it come hell or high water because he's like, we need it. Because
the team needs it in general.
The team needs it because we're such a young team. You know, we need to see because you got to realize Alfred Collins, CJ West, Nick Martin, all these Siegel, all these rookies, which I'm so fired up about Siegel. Siegel is making Jair Brown expendable.
It's not only that, but I mean, let's be honest. The way Jair Brown plays, Jair Brown was a Steve. If Steve Wilkes was still our coordinator, he fits Steve Wilkes' system perfectly. He is not a Robert Saleh safety style.
No, I totally agree with you. So, which is fine. I'm totally fired up for Siegel. Maybe a year away, but we'll see. They've never even practiced against other NFL players before.
Yeah.
You know, so this is their first opportunity. You know, Thursday's joint practice was their first opportunity to go against other NFL linemen. One thing that I did notice that I don't want to say concerned me about Mikel, but the first rep he went up against McGlinchey, right? I saw it happen right in front of me. The field that was right in front of me was their offense versus our defense, and he lined up against McGlinchey, and he almost, if the play would have continued, he would have put McGlinchey on his ass.
McGlinchey gonna McGlinchey.
McGlinchey gonna McGlinchey. That's what I said, but McGlinchey handed him his lunch the rest of practice, bro. So you know what that really told me? Mike had never gone up against him, didn't know, you know, what to do and everything like that. Made the adjustment, and Mikel
hasn't. Yeah. That's just
that's the one thing.
All right, you got me once. You good for you, kid. You got me. Now let's see what you can do with the rest. Because now I'm
practice. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to say concerned. I'm not going to say he's a bust because of that. I don't think he's going to be a bust because he wasn't drafted to be Nick Bosa. You know?
Nope.
He was drafted to help with our run defense. And what's run defense?
Eric Armstead. People need to understand that. He's not going to be Bosa. He's not going to be D Ford. He's not going to be Alden. He is going to be Eric Armstead.
Yep, he is. And he clearly, because they're having him as a base end, and then when it comes to third down, they're switching him inside, which is who did they do that with in 2019?
Yep.
Eric Armstead. Which I'm okay with because what's mostly run defense, Jason? Run defense is mostly effort.
Yep.
And I don't think Mikel Williams is going to have a problem with effort. So
the problem is people because he's not going to be fancy all the time.
Yes, he's going to. You know what, bro? You hit it on the nail with the head. He's going to be Eric Armstead, where you look back and you're like, oh, was Eric Armstead really worth a first overall pick? maybe not where he was. Where was he? Wasn't he drafted like 15th?
I don't remember what he was drafted.
Hold on,
I thought he was okay before he was
I gotta look
drafted.
that up.
But I mean, I think he was worthy of his
The
first round draft
problem
pick.
with Eric
That said, the first
Armstead,
couple of years we had him, he wasn't used correctly because he was left out there as a DN,
No,
as
he
a speed
wasn't.
rusher when he was never a speed rusher.
and people seem to forget we drafted him into a 3-4.
Yep.
Chip, you remember Chip Kelly ran a 3-4 defense, bro.
Yep.
So, see the problem with Eric Armstead is people. Let me see. Professional career 17th. You know what? Yeah, I think Eric Armstead's worth the 17th overall pick.
Yeah, I'd say he's a top 15 pick for what he's done in his career.
Yeah, I do. I think yeah, because people who play fantasy football don't like Eric Armstead because he doesn't get sacks, he doesn't make the sexy splash plays. Like apparently Bosa had a pick at practice the other day.
Wasn't it yesterday?
But people who know football, or yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yeah,
the day before? I can't remember what day. But people who know football, you and I, people who value run defense and understand that like defensive line play is defensive line as a unit, not an individual player. A lot of what D end is complementing each other. A lot of what made Eric Armstead get career high sacks was having DeForest Buckner next to him. What made Nick Bosa win Rookie of the Year was having D Ford on the other side. That the D line is love him. I totally think Eric Armstead was worth the first overall pick. So I'm not concerned. Like I think he's going to be a bust. I just said that that's something to keep an eye on. And I know people have been heaping a lot of praise on him in training camp, but that was just to me that was a little bit of a reminder of like, yeah, you know what? He's probably still only 21 years old.
They're still kids.
Like I
Say what
think
you want. These are still kids we're talking about.
Yep. I think love me, hate me, be mad all y'all want. I think a lot of games, the beginning of the year, are going to look like this Broncos game. Now, hopefully the offense is better and doesn't only score in the first quarter, and that game ends up being 31-30. And the Niners Joe Moody gets a game-winning field goal at the end. I think that would be the difference is Brock Purdy, George Kittle, CMC, hopefully Jawan. I think that DeMarcus Robinson, who's looked fine in camp. Ricky Pearsall. So anyway, but I'm just mark my words, y'all. The first couple weeks are probably going to look a lot like that Broncos game.
Good chance. And
let's just hope that the offense pulls it out.
There's nothing wrong with that because as young as this team is in certain spots, they still need to learn how to play together. It still has to gel. That takes time. We're probably going to be.
I talked to Graham I think it was last Tuesday practice that I went to before Dwight Clark's day. I was me and Graham were exiting practice together, and we chopped it up pretty much the whole walk into the parking lot. Graham and I, and we were getting each other's thoughts about practice and stuff like that. And I told Graham, Brad, I said, you know what, be prepared for the comments, bro. I was like, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people because everybody's said Saul is the return of the prodigal son, Jason.
Yeah.
It's the return of the prodigal son. He's going to carry us to the promised land and everything. And I said, and I think people think that we're just going to roll out the helmets week one and going to have a number one defense and it's going to look all sexy and pretty and we're going to go 9-0 and all this shit and everything like that. And I said, and it ain't going to be like that. And he agreed. He goes, I haven't seen anything out there that make me think that.
Remember, people were calling for Salah's head after this first year here.
Yes. Look, I'm not going to admit it. I'm not going to lie. I went on my boy's show at the end of 2018, and he said to me, TJ, Kyle Shanahan calls you and says, do I bring Robert Saleh back? I said no. At the end of 2018.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you draft Nick Bosa number 2, we trade for D Ford, and bada bing, bada boom, you know. Oh, and sign Quan Alexander. Fred Warner takes a step forward and becomes the best linebacker in football.
Yep.
You know, so I'm not worried about it. Like, did it suck to lose? Of course. Y'all know me. Every time my team steps on the football field, I expect to win. But I'm not like, yes, I think two things. Tell me if I'm crazy, Jason. I think two things can be true.
You're crazy.
Was what we saw was, I don't want to say concerning or not even alarming, but no, that's not good enough. But that's okay because that's kind of where I expect us to be at.
Yeah. I'm not worried at all. Now, if we don't see any improvement individually from some of these guys, not like I said, I don't care. Win, lose, or draw for preseason games, I really don't give a shit, honestly. But what I want to see is some of these guys start to win some of those battles. I want to see Alfred Collins, make a few more plays up the middle. You know what I mean? I want to see
just one splash play. A splash play where he puts a guard on his ass, runs in the backfield, and basically takes the handoff for the running back.
You know what? With Nick Martin, I want to see him not overrun so many plays. I want to see him, make that tackle that he overran. Little things like that. That's what I want to see coming into next week. Now, if we start thinking, it's like, okay, no, if they take a step back, like I said, individually, not necessarily as a team, then I'm like, okay, this is what we need to work on. But right now, stop freaking out over every fucking thing.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Brock goes out there, throws 4 picks.
Yeah, who cares?
And it looks like Trent looks old. These things might be a little, but yeah, like that's what I'm saying. And even the opposite, if we go out there and we blow them out, and it's 42-3, and everything like that. My thing to always keep the faithful and myself humble in the preseason is the 0-16 Lions went 4-0 in the preseason. Yep. And that's kind of the thing to always keep me humble. In the two things that I always use to keep me humble about the preseason is that right there, literally the worst team or tied for the worst team in NFL history went 4-0 in the preseason.
And I want to say they were blowing people out that year too in the preseason.
I just remember them going 4-0.
I wanted to say that was the year they were.
And then also, do you remember Harbaugh's first preseason game against the Saints? And they ended up blitzing us in the living hell.
Every fucking fight.
It looked like absolute fucking garbage. You remember that? Against the Saints in New Orleans. And Dennis Allen was blitzing us like every fucking play.
Literally bringing the house every play.
Horrible. It looked horrible. And something tells me that team was a certain fumble by a person who wouldn't be mentioned away from winning a championship. So, like as the key word of as the wise words of Allen Iverson once said, practice. We're talking about practice.
That said,
all right,
you could also say the great words of Kobe. You practice, you play like you practice.
Hey, yeah. Oh, hey, look.
And for everybody who is watching, I do want to do a little humble brag on this one real quick. So we got our tickets to go to the game up here in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
In 26 days.
If you're going to say something.
And I want to show you guys where we will be sitting. And if you are watching the game, more than likely you're going to see my fat ass on TV.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're going to see you, bro. We're going to see you.
So, let me pull this up. Presentations, video, screen share. There it is. A long time since I did this.
I know, right? I kind of forgot how to operate certain shit.
So this is where we will be sitting. These 3 seats right here.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, bro.
That is, this is the tunnel. The Niners come out right here.
Okay, so what would we be referencing to know which end zone you're in?
Well, if you look, okay, so this is the Hawk's Nest over here. And that's
you're the
opposite of the Hawk's Nest.
Of the Hawk's Nest.
And then, like I said, this is the tunnel the Niners come out.
Okay.
So this is
where is that to where we were sitting last year?
Here last year. Right up, we were right here or right here.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like the no smoking section sucked, and but the inside of the stadium looked nice.
It's a nice stadium. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie about it. Fuck the Seahawks, but they do got a nice stadium. But yeah, so make sure you pay attention to the broadcast because, like I said, more than likely,
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so opposite end zone of the Hawks nest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I continue to say. Oh, so I bumped into Nick Clark, who is the person in charge of the Niner Invasions. Yeah. So if you go to the invasion,
I'll be there. Yep, I've already got tickets.
You'll meet him. Okay, so he'll be one of the dudes. If you see, I'll show you a picture of him. Say, hey, I'm TJ. I'm Jason. I'm TJ's co-host, Niner Faithful. Introduce yourself to him because I told him that I'll tell him, but I told him that you might be there and everything.
Just look for probably the biggest motherfucker.
I'm trying to kiss ass, bro, because that's somebody that's the person in charge of fan engagement. Yeah. So that's definitely somebody that we.
Well, if I get a chance to, I'll buy the man a beer.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's somebody we want to butter up. So anyway, we were talking and everything like that, and I told him, I was telling him and everything like that I was like, bro, I'm so pissed. I mean, now I'm not, because let's be real, Jason, I couldn't afford tickets down there. Like where y'all sitting. I could.
Hey, again, and I did not pay for these tickets, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. No, I would not feel comfortable even if Mac's sister offered to pay for them. I'd be like, girl, I don't even know you. I don't feel comfortable accepting a gift that came because your mother died. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
These people are basically family to me at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it. Like, that's your best friend's sister. I'm pretty sure you saw his mother plenty of times. I don't feel comfortable accepting a gift that expensive from a woman who died that I never even met. You know, just because I'm Jason's boy. You know,
just
don't butter up with KY jelly. Fucking A, bro. I knew y'all were gonna say something. Anyway, so yeah, so
there's no Diddy parties at the invasions, man. This is an invasion or a Diddy party.
Y'all gonna Jason, y'all gonna have? Are you going to Chapman's thing?
Yes, I'm gonna go to the one the night before, but I think I'm gonna hang out with Pedro and the 408 guys the day of it. I'm gonna go there. I'm going to their tailgate.
So okay, I told him that we wouldn't be there. I saw him at Dwight Clark Day. I saw him. I told him that we wouldn't be there. That I wouldn't be there, but that you might be there. So he said, okay, cool. He said we'll miss you. And I kept on telling everybody, I'm so jealous because y'all gonna have the time of your lives. It's gonna be a fucking invasion. It's week 1.
We're actually gonna have good weather. It's not gonna be freezing fucking cold for the first time in this game in forever. I'm just happy it's not gonna be like, as long as it's not like 95, 100 degrees. It's like 70, 65, 70 up here is perfect, man. That's all I'm asking for.
And the only thing I would regret is if we didn't, and like if we went to Chapman's thing. Oh my god! Like y'all, if you were going to Chapman's thing, well, I mean, you'll be able to drink just as much at the 408 tailgate. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, like you're gonna have the time of your life this year for week 1. Hopefully the games is good. Yeah. That's all we could ask for. You know, hopefully the games is good. All right, brother. Well, it's good to have you back, bro.
Yep, and I will be doing something Friday. I just have not figured out what yet. I just got my computer back and everything, so I'm still working with it to figure out what I can and can't do. Again, everything that's this off season's been kind of crazy, and now everything's coming back together faster than I expected. But it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, so I might be on with you. I get off at 5, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make it.
I might just do gaming on that one. Do the Niner gaming thing.
All right, well, whatever. Let me know what's up, bro, then we'll figure it out. All right, bro.
All right, buddy. 5 for 10 lover. One love.
Yee. Captain Kraken. Oh, stay on, bro. I want to talk to you about something. Did you hear me? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and exit up out of this. We'll see you Saturday for Niner Faithful Radio. Pre-game, might do something with Jason, like I said. All right, y'all. Hold on, we got the comment. Got a comment. Pause. Nice to see y'all back together. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Till we meet again, faith, love, and nappiness. Go Niners.